Hey, welcome back inside the ballpark, everybody. It's time to Tin Chat inside what has been a lonely home run porch here at Parkview Field. I'm Justin Prince, alongside the radio voice of the Fort Wayne TinCaps, Mike Maahs, as always. Mike, thanks for joining us. And I mentioned it's been a lonely home run porch. Obviously, they were gone for a couple of weeks, but the offense to start this series here has not been great. TinCaps losing two of the first three to start this one.
Yeah, it continues to be a rough go because as we're putting this together right now, the team has lost 17 of their last 21.
Yeah,
and Tuesday night was a good night. Coming
was.
off the day off, coming back at home after the previous 12 games on the road, and bottom of the first inning was kind of neat with Corey Rozier singling and stealing second and then stealing third and then coming in to score in a seesaw battle, and then Angel Solarte with what turned out to be the game-winning RBI single. We won 5-4. Then Wednesday night, Whitecaps took out their frustrations.
Yeah, they did.
En route to a 9-0 shutout. And then last night, the league leader, the minor league leader in earned run average, Noel Vela, got touched up really for the first time this year.
Yeah.
And he gave up a pair of home runs in the third inning. One was a solo shot, one was a 3-run shot. And that was all the runs that West Michigan would score. And as you and I were talking about before we started, TinCaps had chances. They had the bases loaded with one out in the, I believe it was the 5th or the 6th. And unfortunately, Justin Lopez grounded into a double play. They had the tying runs on base in the 8th, the tying runs on base in the 9th. Couldn't get the key hit that they've been looking for a long time, and the final score was 4-2.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it, but the offense with runners in scoring position has really been the Achilles heel of this team over the last 3 weeks, really, when they've been struggling. Obviously, we've seen the offense just struggle, period, at points, but especially when they've gotten guys on base, they haven't been able to convert.
And it's been trouble even getting guys on base. Going back to that 9-0 loss on Wednesday, the TinCaps had just 3 base hits.
Yeah.
And you talk about runners in scoring position, they were 4 for 15 on Tuesday night. They were 0 for 3 on Wednesday night. And last night, I believe, I want to say they were like 2 for 9.
Not winning baseball.
And you're just not getting the hits. And if you don't get the hits and you don't bring in the runs, it doesn't matter how good you pitch.
No.
Pitchers get the added pressure now with no offense that they've got to be almost perfect on every pitch. And last night, Noel Vela was perfect except for 2 pitches, but those 2 pitches accounted for 4 runs.
Yeah, and obviously the big news here to start the week, one of the guys who's near the top of the league in home runs, Joshua Mears, sent down to the developmental list. Obviously, Mike, I mean, you don't know all of what's gone into it, but just a guy that you've seen struggle at the plate kind of at points throughout the year here, despite hitting those 8 home runs.
And the funny thing is, 4 weeks ago, he had that great series at Lansing where he hit 5 home runs and was named the Midwest League Player of the Week. And then all of a sudden, it's as if the faucet was turned off. And unfortunately, when you get into a slump, you acquire some bad habits. The mental game takes a beating as well. He's still amongst the league leaders in home runs and runs batted in. The bad part is he leads the league in having striking out by a wide margin. I really think it's a good move by San Diego to get him away. Developmental list, I can't tell you exactly what all that entails, but he's going to be away for a while. I think hopefully just to get his mind back and refocused. So I think the break will be good for Joshua. I'm anxious to see him come back to Fort Wayne. And hopefully when he does, we'll see the Joshua Mears who tore up the league for a week in Lansing rather than the Joshua Mears who has struggled the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Mears' replacement obviously came in earlier this week, Matthew Acosta, and he came in, and all he's done is really made an impact so far. Had a home run in his first game as a TinCap on Tuesday night, and he's hitting above 700, I believe, as it stands right now, obviously, in just 3 games, but it's still a welcome sight, a guy who's been able to put barrel on baseball.
He went 3 for 4 on Tuesday night. and he almost got the cycle. He needed the triple for a cycle.
Yep.
He collected 2 of the 3 hits on Wednesday, including one of the best bunt singles up the third base line I've seen in a long, long time. Went hitless last night, but he's still, in 3 games with the TinCaps, he's batting .455.
There you go, 455. What's 700 plus coming into yesterday?
Yeah, he was 714, and an 0 for 4 night can knock that average down. But he has brought a spark to this team. Yes, they've lost 2 or 3 to West Michigan, but just his presence, and he's done a bad defensive first baseman either. He's done a couple of scoops to ensure a put out on throws from his fellow infielders. And he's a left-handed hitter, which every team can use a good left-handed hitter. And I think he'll continue, hopefully. He's on a mission.
Yeah.
And he said after Tuesday night, all he wants to do is win.
Yep.
Whatever it takes, whether it's fielding, whether it's hitting, whether it's running the bases, whether it's cheering his teammates on from the dugout, whatever it takes to win, he wants to do it. That's the kind of guy you want to have in the dugout.
Say, that's the guy you love to have on your team. You love to have in the dugout, and hopefully brings the morale and the spirits up. And hopefully, you know, obviously you got to play the game, and morale and spirits isn't going to win you ball games just like that. But hopefully, you know, it injects a little bit of life into guys during what's been a really rough stretch for them.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And we'll see how things progress. There are again 3 more games in this series, counting the game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Camera almost got taken out by a baseball. They're starting batting practice back there. But Mike, before we get drilled by some more baseballs, 2 more obviously here at home this week. 6 with Quad Cities next week. Another good chance to get out and get down here to Parkview Field next week.
Yeah, we for many years I've called this place since 2009. The Taj Mahal of minor league baseball. And if the weather holds out and the TinCaps can start putting things together bit by bit, piece by piece, hopefully they can start turning the corner, and the fans, young and old, can come out here, because there's always something that a fan can like when he or she comes to the ballpark.
Absolutely. And hopefully we see a little bit more good than bad over the next week from the TinCaps. Hopefully we have some more positive things to talk about next Friday. But until then, he is Mike Maahs, radio voice of the Fort Wayne TinCaps. I'm Justin Prince. We're going to be right back after this.